What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast.
What's up? What's up? Episode number 66. Good to be here. Good to be back with my microphone. Doesn't sound like I'm in an empty room anymore. Wow.
No, it doesn't. Back to your semi-professional setup.
Yeah, I'd like to call it a complete professional setup, but you know, to each their own.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. We took a kind of impromptu break last week. It was my birthday last week. I was a little hungover on Sunday, so I texted you, and it just wasn't possible with your crazy work schedule. But we are back, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of good stuff kind of happened over the last couple of weeks, and I've been gaming, and I'm sure you've been doing a little bit of gaming with
a little bit
with the time that you've had. But yeah, my name is Harrison, and this is I'm joined my brother Nick as always. So let's get the show on the road. Let's talk about some video games, video games.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. But before we do, Harrison, how was your week?
It was good. It's been really beautiful here in North Carolina. We've we've had like 70-degree days all week, so it has been really nice. I started. We cleared out a space in my woods sometime last year, and I just built a fence to kind of close it in a little bit, and I'm kind of starting the process of turning it into like a little hangout spot. So
nice.
So yeah, I've been doing that all week. Been taking some walks around the neighborhood, getting a little running in. Now that it's finally getting nice weather. So yeah, it's a pretty good week.
Nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah. How was your week?
The beginning was stressful. It's a good thing we didn't do our podcast on Monday because I ended up working until about 1 a.m.
Oh my God.
That was the worst of it. And then towards the end of the week, it was fine. We were just getting financial statements out, and then Saturday I came back from Florida to North Carolina. I made that drive. And then today I went over to the skate park, which is right on a disc golf course.
Okay.
So I went to the skate park, and then some friends met up with me, and we played some disc golf. So I kind of did everything I wanted to do in one day before going back to work. Tomorrow, I don't know why, but it feels like tomorrow is just such a turning point.
Yeah.
Not only for me, but for the world, because COVID's looking great now. Vaccines are coming out. We got 3 separate vaccines.
Yeah.
And people, what is it, like 2 million people getting vaccinated today?
Yeah.
So I think by I want to say by June, like pretty much everyone who wants to be vaccinated will be. Yeah. And then we can kind of get back to complete normalcy. So I am like super excited. I'm super pumped for the weather being really nice in North Carolina. Yeah. Even though it was nice in Florida, like it just kind of felt weird. Like it felt like I wasn't in the right spot, in the right state. Right. So I feel better now that I'm back, and I am going to go to a gym tomorrow for the first time in forever.
Nice.
Get back to the gym, do some actual lifting again instead of just like regular, or instead of just watching YouTube videos and following along with those. I'm actually going to get to the gym and do some lifting. It's going to be awesome. March is coming in hot. Yeah. I'm 2021 starts tomorrow.
Yeah. Start tomorrow. We skipped the 90 days or so of the beginning of the year. Tomorrow's the official day.
Yeah. So it started out rough this week, but now I'm feeling good, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this year.
Nice.
Yeah. But let's get into some games. Some games we've been playing.
Let's do it. I just want to start off with Mario 3D World, just to jump right into the shit. So for 2 weeks, I had, beaten the game, loved it. Just, even just like the base 3D World stuff. Loved going back and getting all the stars and stuff because it was just fun. And then I hit the Champions Road level, And it's the first time in probably 10 years that I've thrown a controller across the room. I got very angry at this level. I had my wife Brittany help me on it as well, and we couldn't do it. We'd get to the very end and we'd lose, and then I started, and I got like really obsessed with it. Like I would spend like my whole night trying to beat it. Like I would spend 2 hours doing it and couldn't do it. And then I sat it down for like 2 days and didn't touch it. But I still thought about it. Like it was like ingrained in my brain. And then one night last week, I was playing it. I was gonna try a couple levels, or a couple times. And my wife was even like she was standing at the door frame just talking about something, and like she left like in like 20 seconds later. I beat it. I just randomly kind of beat it, and I was like shaking and stuff after I finished, and it was crazy, and it felt like this just gigantic weight was just let off my shoulders, and I could live again, Nick. I could live again. But
God, take me over.
Yeah, but I finally did it, and it's a tough level, man. It's bullshit, and it's a crap level, and I hate it. And now I'm thinking about doing it 4 more times with the other characters, but I'll definitely do that with I'll do that with people like, multiple people playing just to make it easier.
Yeah.
But
congratulations. I mean, we've been texting about this for the past few weeks, and
yeah,
I could just tell you were just so frustrated. And I mean,
oh my God,
the fact that you recorded a video for YouTube after doing it, that just shows the amount of angst that you went through.
That video got like over 400 views. It was funny. It was like a 16-second video or whatever. It's just like I did it, man. I've died those 1,000 times. But
I will know I'm on that level. I've done everything and I'm there. But just the stress of my job, and then the stress of going to that after work, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't wake up and try it and then go to work and then try it. Like, I think I did that for like 3 days, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done for now until I want to come back.
Yeah.
And do it. But it was just like so stressful.
Yeah. Well, whenever you're ready, just text me and we can launch some co-op and try it, because
I mean, you're a pro at it now.
Yeah, like I could get to the very end almost every run without getting touched, and then I would just die at the very end. So it got frustrating.
I might need your thoughts on this second part, on how to, are you talking
about like the vanishing blocks or whatever?
Yeah, I'm fine on everything until the very end of that part where you have to jump on the two.
The two, yeah. So the best way to do it is either have a Tsunuki suit, because you can just kind of hover above them while they're disappearing and jump back on. Or if you don't have one, you have to time it perfectly, but you have to lightly tap the jump button and just jump 4 times and time it perfectly. It's not as hard as it seems, but it takes a couple tries to kind of nail it, and it's super frustrating. But
so do you have to step on each of the two? If you do it that way?
If you do it the jump way, yeah. Well, like even sometimes I'll jump, like when I get to the last blue block,
and
I'll jump onto the blue block and then jump off back to the previous block, and then do like the very quick 2 jump. I've done that before.
Okay. Because I've been doing the way where you jump on the first of those blocks.
Yeah.
You wait a second, and then I jump, and then I'll wall bounce or I'll wall jump off of the second set.
Yeah.
And then jump back and land on the first set, and then I'll do that again.
Yeah.
But that's I feel like that's a time waste. And there's a more efficient way to do it if I just try and get better. But it takes like a minute to get there, but that's kind of a long time.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it's super, like every moment of that level is just like meant to screw you over. Yeah. It's super, super, super frustrating. But yeah, I am glad I was able to finish it, because it was wearing my soul down, man.
Yeah,
it was
me
wearing
too.
me down.
I'm glad you're done.
But yeah, other than that, like I'm probably gonna try to beat the last, beat every level with Mario. I may do it with the rest. I don't know, but at this point, I feel like I've A, got my money's worth out of the game, and B, like if I was to put it down now, I would be satisfied.
Yeah.
So I may just end up doing that, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Any final thoughts on Mario before we kind of move on?
No, I mean it is really good. I really liked it. The last level hasn't like tainted my experience of the game. It's just just one of those frustrating things.
For sure. Been playing a little bit of Dragonball FighterZ. They just and it's in we've got it in our news, so we'll go ahead and talk about it now. But they released the final character in the third pass for it. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's the one from GT, so he's not necessarily canon, but there's been other GT characters in the game, so it's cool. As a character, he is probably the most different out of any other character in the game, which is really cool because I mean, this will be like a 10th variation of like Goku in the game, which is kind of wild. Granted, he's you can't unfuse, but yeah, his move sets are really cool. He has his final move. You have to, and I'm not really sure if it's probably in canon with or in line with the show, but there's a final move where you have to get to level 7, and not like level 7 for like your meter, but you have to like you have to do like you have to tap right on the D-pad and A, and he does like this weird sparkly like snap or something, and once you do that 7 times within the battle, and then use your special, it's a one hit KO if you hit it. So it's really cool. And he's got some other really cool moves as well. So
right.
I've only done him in a couple of fights, so I'm not like super great with him yet. But I will. I'll probably continue to use him on. But
I can't recount any from Smash, but I feel like there's a couple Smash characters with that kind of gimmick, like where you just need space and you can do something like a couple times.
Yeah. Super cool, man. I cannot believe this game is still going with his characters and stuff. So I'm thinking like I hope they give us a FighterZ 2 at some point. I would love to see that. But if they just kind of kept adding characters that they announced like another pass, I'd definitely pick it up because it's that good. So
yeah.
Let me see what else I've been playing. You texted me the other day and you said that you had picked up, or you picked up Avengers because it was like on super
I forgot
sale.
to add that on
there. It was like on super sale on Amazon. I think it was like $30 or something like that, $27, something like that. And with it, I think on the 18th, so this week, they're releasing like the next gen update for the game, which I may wait and to continue on to play. I might play a little bit because it's pretty fun. But yeah, like the story, it kind of starts off a little bit slow. I mean, when you're kind of just going through the Avengers Day kind of stuff, but it's really cool seeing like all the characters and then eventually playing as all of them as like that intro continues on. But where am I at in the game? I just recruited Iron Man. So I'm still pretty early on, but right after you recruit Hulk, you kind of start to see where like the multiplayer stuff comes into it. And I don't necessarily love that. Now we haven't played co-op yet. So obviously we'll do that and then see if my opinion changes on it. But like when you're first starting, you're kind of just playing it as a normal single player campaign as you would. And then once you kind of get to like the
ship. I can't remember
what's the ship called. I don't know. Not Cerberus. I don't know. It's something, but the carrier or whatever.
Yeah.
Once you get there, that's when like you start doing like strike missions and like stuff like that. And there's like a whole bunch of other kind of
turning.
Yeah, you see the kind of the side stuff, the multiplayer stuff kind of bring its head into it. And
Chimera. That's what's called.
Chimera. And I played one mission that was like a strike mission, I guess. And it was very kind of samey. It was very just like not really much story to it, and I didn't love that aspect. But maybe it'll be a lot better when you have someone else playing with you. But it was weird too, because like, I guess minor spoilers, but like Captain America dies at the very beginning. I think that's pretty well known at this point. But you play a strike mission and you have him on your team. Like it's very weird. I didn't really understand that at all. And it's not like it was like
Thor as one of mine.
Really? Yeah, it was weird. But other than that, I mean, like I really do like the kind of the gameplay itself. I mean, it's just kind of like a beat 'em up. There's not really much to it. I mean, you can dodge and block and stuff and counter. But the moves are pretty cool. As far as like doing your like Hulk's like thunderclap special is cool to use.
Yeah.
And even Kamala Khan, like her like she's probably the most fun I've played so far. I just like her kind of her moveset.
She's pretty cool to play with.
Yeah, I like her moveset, and yeah, I'm really digging it so far.
Yeah, I think I'm liking it. I'm right at the part where like you recruit Iron Man and then you're on the ship with him. And that's where I stopped. I think starting with Hulk was kind of a weird choice because I feel like Hulk's moveset, aside from his like special, it just kind of feels a little basic. And
yeah,
because I'm a pretty low level with Hulk, but like playing with Kamala Khan and then playing with Iron Man, like those were a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I thought Iron Man was pretty fun to play as, and then Kamala Khan has a pretty cool moveset. And
going from Kamala Khan to Hulk, it's not really that much of a difference, like gameplay wise. I mean, you have your range attacks and stuff, but it doesn't feel super different. So maybe if they had done like Iron Man first, where you could fly around, or so I don't know.
I just don't like getting around with Hulk. I feel like it's kind of I don't know how to say it. Bulky, I guess. It kind of feels bulky. Like his jumps are kind of inconsistent. Like I don't know when I'm gonna have the high jump.
Yeah, that is true.
Not. I feel, man, I'm just like being negative about this game, but I really like. I don't want to say I really like it, but I've enjoyed it so far. I like the story. Kind of the relationship between Bruce Banner and Kamala Khan is pretty interesting, and then her love for Iron Man and seeing that relationship as well, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes and kind of how long the campaign is, because I think I'm only like 12% of the way through.
Yeah, I think that we're kind of, I think, right at the same spot.
Maybe that
that's kind of what you people were saying anyways. They said like the single player campaign was like pretty solid, but once you get to like the post stuff, that's where it gets really bad. So looking forward to playing that, and we should definitely play some co-op and try it out and see how much fun it is with that.
Can you only do co-op when you're going into like strike missions and that sort of stuff? Or
that's a good question. I'm not sure if you can do like single player stuff. That would be pretty cool.
I guess I still don't understand the connection between the two. Like, is from here on out, is all of my gameplay going to be me going into a mission via?
Yeah, I think so.
Era?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I kind of like the first part where it felt like
just felt like a normal campaign.
Yeah, like kind of like a Tomb Raider, because Crystal Dynamics did Tomb Raider. It kind of feels like that kind of story movement.
Yeah. You kind of like just you're in like a brand new spot every time or something like that. But and with the upgrades coming, like the loading time is supposed to be significantly faster, which it does have some pretty long loading spots, especially with those strike missions once they kind of get introduced. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm glad I picked it up. I've always been curious about it just because it's Avengers. I mean, like it's cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
So looking forward to playing that more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the upgrades, and I think there's like a locked 60 FPS. I really can't tell what it plays at now. It might be like a dynamic frame rate or inconsistent frame rate, but I think it's locked 60 FPS there might be a performance and quality mode. And then there are a few other upgrades visually and performance wise that should be pretty good.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like as like an Xbox, like as a Series X owner, like since we don't really have much stuff coming out right now, like I get so excited to just like for like these updates to the games and stuff that I just want to like to see them run better and stuff. So it's exciting. So
let me ask you a question. Is this one of the most underwhelming launches for?
Oh yeah, I mean that, and
console?
I mean yeah, even PS5 is. I mean they had Demon Souls and Spider-Man, I guess, and so yeah, definitely Xbox is way more underwhelming because like they literally have nothing. I mean other than the medium,
and yeah,
which I thought was great, but it's not a system seller or anything like that. It's just like
title.
Yeah, it was like, oh, awesome that it's coming, but yeah, I would never pick up the Series X just to get it. But yeah, it's been pretty underwhelming. But I'm still like I don't regret my purchase or anything. Like I'm glad I have it, and I'm glad I have it now, especially that we were both able to get one. And they've been selling out like crazy. All the scalpers and bots picking it up immediately when it goes on sale.
Yeah.
So that's been cool. But yeah, I'm glad I have it now. That way, when stuff does start eventually flowing out. Which there's supposed to be a rumored Xbox event scheduled for March 26th. So
I'm skeptical on that one. I don't know. I don't know what they'd announce.
I don't know. Maybe they show some updates to Halo. Give us like a nice like proper like video for Halo Infinite. Maybe. I mean, like Microsoft, like we just know nothing about what they've got in their sleeve right now.
And they have many studios.
Yeah, and Nintendo, it's kind of killing it with the games that they've got scheduled to release. I mean, they've got Monster Hunter, they've got they just
Pokemon
have Brave Default 2, Pokemon Snap. We know Pokemon the new remakes are coming out this year. There's a lot of Skyward Sword. Like they've got a lot of really cool stuff that we can look forward to. But Microsoft, we just don't know anything. It's really same with Sony. I mean, PlayStation had their event, and they didn't announce anything new. So it's I want to know. I just want to they need to get out, and that's why I'm thinking this is going to happen. It's just because they need to get out and just like start announcing stuff, like give people
just put it on the table, man.
Yeah, because we know nothing, like absolutely nothing. So
yeah, it's weird. It's a weird launch year.
Yeah, it's very very strange.
COVID. So I mean, everyone said that we'd see the effects of COVID in 2021, and kind of
more so than 2020. Yeah. Last game that I've been kind of playing is I downloaded the demo for Outriders. And I am like blown away by this game. Like it's definitely going to be a day one purchase for me.
Dang. When does this come out?
I think April 1st, I think.
Okay.
So very soon. It's probably the greatest, not that it's the greatest game in the world, but it's probably the greatest demo that's really ever been released, because it's just not in terms of like the game itself, but the full game is open to you. You play you get 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours of gameplay. It's just you just start like you're starting a brand new game. You get to pick your class and all that stuff. And there's some stuff that's kind of blocked off, like the shop, and not like the in game like shops, and there's a couple of stuff that's blocked off. And then obviously you can only progress so far in the campaign.
Right.
But as like the story goes, it is so cool. So like the world is dying, or Earth is dying. It's dead, and you're one of 2 ships that were sent off to this new planet called Enoch, which I guess is very similar to Earth. They in terms of like the atmosphere and being able to breathe and stuff like that. One of the ships blew up, so you're the only ship, and I think you have like 500,000 people on the ship. So this is it for like humanity.
Jeez,
and
that's cool. That's a cool premise already.
Yeah, so you land, And it's a really beautiful looking world. There's like weird, kind of dinosaur-esque looking monsters running around. And you're part of you're called the Outriders. You're like you're kind of like a military branch, but apparently the military got destroyed. So you're more like mercenaries, but you're called Outriders. So you land on the planet with like a very small ship with some people, and you have to go find these beacons that have been surveying the land. And then once you find those, they can give the go ahead to let the big ship come down so they can start unloading people and stuff. Right. You find the first beacon, and then the second beacon was lost or something. So you have to go find that, and then once you do, you get attacked by one of like the local wildlife, and it went berserk. So you're not really sure what's happening, and there's like this big storm in the horizon coming in, and then all of a sudden this storm comes in and like starts zapping people and like making them explode, and then your character ends up getting zapped, but you don't die. And then you tell your leader, something's wrong, like don't put in the call to bring the ship down. But he's like, no, we have to get people down here. And then he ends up killing somebody in your squad, and then y'all end up fighting, and you end up getting hurt really, really badly, and one of your teammates like takes you back to the ship you guys came in on, puts you in cryostasis, and then that's it. You wake up and it's 30 years later. There's this giant war going on. Like you have no idea what's going on. They take you to like what they call like the no man's land. And then the storm comes again and it hits you, but this time instead of dying or whatever, you transform into what they call the altered, and it's from when they call it the anomaly, which is the storm. It mutates you and gives you like powers. So you get option of 4 classes. You have like you're kind of like your berserk class or whatever, like your heavy class. Yeah. You have like a pyro class. You have like kind of like a more of a stealth class. I can't remember the other one, but I went with a pyro. But you basically use like fire. You can send fire out to kill people, and like when they're on fire, they start to like melt and stuff. It's really, really cool. And like the biggest premise of this game is you have to use your altered abilities to heal. That's the way you can find like, I think you can find health kits or something, but that's basically the way you heal, is by attacking and being like pretty aggressive. And of course you have like your snipers and your machine guns and all the other stuff, but it is freaking awesome, man. Like
it sounds like fantastic.
Yeah, and it's I don't know if it's considered a live service game, but there is a drop in, drop out like co-op. So I think up to 3 people can play together. Yeah, it's so good, man. Like,
I'm gonna download this tonight.
Yeah, and once you get to the spot where you pick your class, like I would love to come in and play just to see how it is. But like as the demo goes and the game, like the gameplay is so much fun. It does a really, really smart thing with its side, like it's specifically its side quests. Well, in any quest actually, is once you do the objective, there's like almost like a little portal that pops up, and it takes you back to where you need to go, so you don't have to like run back through the level again to get. And it's open world, I believe. I'm not sure how big of an open world it is, because it's got like there's multiple areas where you can transport to and stuff, and fast travel or whatever. But the loading times is really good too. Like it loads so fast that like the pretext that pops up that shows you how to play the game, you don't have long enough to read it. So I'm like, I mean, you can't complain about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, download it, man, because it is so much fun as like just like a third person. I don't know, man. I really don't know how to compare it. Like maybe to like
Mass Effect.
Not Mass Effect. Maybe more like what's that Ubisoft game? The Division. Like what kind of like that. Like as far as like the gameplay mechanics work, like the shooting and stuff, because it has like when you're shooting it has like the numbers popping up. Like Borderlands.
Yeah.
But like the story is so cool. It's made by people Can Fly, which they made Bulletstorm back in the day. And they've made a couple of other games, but it is really, really fun. Super fun.
This sounds cool.
Yeah.
I watched a video of it earlier, but
yeah, you should definitely, because like I've heard people talk about it, and I was like, well, I really want to try it because it's only on Xbox Series X and S, and then it comes out on PS5 too. But I don't think it's coming out for the Xbox One.
Is it not?
The base
model. I see it on the platforms list on Wiki.
Maybe it's not. I don't know, or maybe it is. I'm not really sure. But it's it's got whatever the enhancements for Series X and S, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's good, man. I really, really enjoyed it.
It might be coming to Game Pass.
Is it? It's published by Square as well.
Yeah, Game Pass put out a tweet. It was kind of like the same cryptic tweet that they did for Control when they brought that over. But they mentioned,
well, if it's come out to Game Pass, that would be incredible.
It might be. Keep an eye out before you pre-order it, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this game. Like I've never been more sold by a demo in my life. So yeah, it looks super cool.
Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna download this and check it out.
As of 7 hours ago, looks like Outriders is coming to Game Pass. Well, I hope they announce that soon.
I think they'll probably announce it like within the next week or two, if that's the case, because people are probably pre-ordering it.
Yeah, and like the demo has done so well that people can fly have like updated it and stuff, so it's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really good. You need to check it out.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely looking forward to something like this. Like
yeah.
So, but yeah, well, I'll keep an eye out and see if it does come out to Game Pass before I pre-order it.
Yep.
Because pre-ordering literally means nothing nowadays, or there's no incentive to pre-order.
I don't really do it now, unless I want to play a game at midnight.
Yeah, which I don't ever. Like, I'll download it and then play 30 minutes maybe and then go to bed. It's like not worth it. But yeah, that's been everything I played. Outriders. Like I've never played a demo this much, and it's crazy, but it's good. You should download it.
I will
for sure. But yeah, that's been it for me.
Nice. I'll quickly go through mine since they're not too much. I jumped back into Octopath Traveler because I was wanting to pick up Bravely Default 2, and I was like, okay, if I'm gonna get a JRPG, I should at least finish the last one.
Yeah, right.
So I picked it up at 35 hours. I don't know if you've ever picked up a JRPG at 35 hours, but
it's tough.
It's tough, man. But it's a little bit easier with Octopath because the stories are pretty self-contained, and it gives you like an update of pretty much everything that's happened for the character. Once you go to the next like part of the story, it'll say like, this is what's happened up to this point. So it gives you a pretty good overview. So I've played probably like another four hours of Octopath and played through some additional chapters. I'm on like chapters 3 and 4 for everybody. And at this point, I'm just trying to grind up some of the character levels because they're like in the low 20s, low to mid 20s. And my main characters are in like high 30s, low 40s. So I like looked up ways to easily grind out XP, the classic JRPG, Google search is how do I grind my character, grind my characters up. So I've been doing that, doing some chapters, and man, there's the boss battles are super long, but none of them are overly difficult.
Yeah.
So it's just like a battle of attrition. Like it's like a 20 to 30 minute battle for some of them. And it's fun. Yeah. I really liked it. I don't really know why I put it down. I think I just kind of got fatigued on going through the motions of playing through a chapter, then going to another character and playing through a chapter. But I'm liking it. I think I'm gonna continue with it and try to finish it out.
Cool.
Aside from that, I played Apex Legends on the Switch in handheld mode.
Oh God.
I felt like I felt like I wasn't wearing glasses, or my my Switch had like just a blurriness over it when I played. But man, is that game blurry on the
Really?
Switch.
It doesn't look good.
The frame rate is pretty low, and the pop-ins are pretty bad. Like,
have you tried playing it on the TV docked?
I've not played it docked yet, but man, yeah, it was legitimately hard to see on the Switch. And like, this is like a 1v100 game, so the maps are pretty big, but comparing it to a game like Fortnite, like that one I had no trouble on the Switch.
Yeah.
This one, like, you can really tell that it's pushing the hardware to its complete capacity. Like, yeah. I mean,
I was curious to see how well it ran on the Switch. Maybe it's a lot better docked.
Kudos to the panic button for actually porting this game over. But as they often say, just because something can be done doesn't mean it should be done.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been playing. I mean, just kind of a bunch of random games throughout this week.
Yeah.
Kind of waiting for the next big game. But
yeah,
we'll see.
For sure.
That's it for me. But before we jump into the news, I wanted to go through an analysis of 143 games that I've beaten since 2014. And I started diligently tracking in 2017, and I kind of retconned in some games I beat in 2014 through 2016. But I marked down like the game I beat, and this is just completing the story. This isn't like 100%ing or anything.
Right.
But I marked down the game, developer, publisher, platform, whoever made the consoles, like Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. I put what day I beat it, which gave the actual day, the date, month, and year, and then the Metacritic score.
Yeah.
And then I put how much money I spent on each game. So, fun facts: the most popular game for me, or most popular day for beating a game, is Wednesday.
Really? That's funny.
A total of 26. The low points are Monday and Friday, and I think it's because Monday you're kind of busy with work or school.
Yeah, and then Friday you're going out, and
you're going out. So I don't know why it's Wednesday.
It's a good day.
It's not that much higher than the other ones. It's like 26 games versus 20 on Saturday and 24 on Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's not that much higher, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. What better way to get over hump day than by beating
a game.
My most popular publisher is Nintendo at 38 games, followed by Sony at 11 games, and then Capcom at 8 games, and 7 out of 8 of those Capcom games are Resident Evil.
What was the other Capcom? Monster Hunter?
Yeah, Monster Hunter 4.
Okay.
No, sorry. I never beat Monster Hunter 4. Let me see what this. Dead Rising 3.
Dead Rising. Okay.
Oh, and Monster Hunter 4. Sorry, 6 out of 8 games.
Okay.
Are Resident Evil.
Wow.
Most popular month is January, with 17 games total, just for all of the months of January combined.
Purchase games?
Games I beat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With a low in July and August, both of those having 8 games beaten. I guess it's because there's a games drought normally in the summer.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's not much to play, and then January I'm playing all the games from November and December.
Yeah.
For platform allocation, out of the 143 games, 68 of them were on the Switch.
My
God.
gosh.
The next highest is the Xbox One at 31, and then PS4 is 15.
Cool.
And then going down from there. Let's look at my total spent per year. 2014 through 2016 is pretty low because I think it's incomplete data. 2017, big jump, $770 spent on games, and that's attributable to me buying the Switch and just buying a bunch of games that
Yeah,
year.
you definitely.
And then it dipped in 2018 to $516. I don't know why. Maybe Gamepass. And then it's kind of stayed around that.
Yeah.
And then it's low this year because of Gamepass.
Definitely.
Let's see what else, if anything. I did total amount paid per console, and Switch is at about $2,000, and then the next highest is Xbox One at $645.
Nice.
And then Xbox Series X for games I've beaten is $15 because I'm just counting Little Nightmares 2.
Right. Yeah, we
and the rest of them have been Game Pass.
Yeah. Nice.
And Metacritic score, I just did like a kind of an average, and it looks like PS4 has the highest average of Metacritic scores for all the games I've beaten, and Switch is lower ends, with the lowest Metacritic score of a game I've beaten at 49. And that one was Shaq Fu for the Switch.
Shaq Fu. Oh my God. I forgot about that game.
It was a free game I got because I purchased some other game and I got that one for free.
Yeah.
But I played through it. It was only a few hours long.
Yeah.
But it got a 49 on Metacritic.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think the highest one is Breath of the Wild at 97.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the most popular genre is RPGs, specifically action RPGs.
Yeah. Okay.
Action adventure is the most popular. And then action RPG, horror is up there. Those are the main ones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty cool.
I've kind of been updating this as I continue to beat games, and we'll further update it and change it. Yeah. I want to put how many hours I played each game and do something over that, but that'll involve me having to go back and look at all the hours.
Look at saves and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, look at saves and all that stuff. So we'll see what I do with it in the future. But
yeah, well, I would imagine this year your cost is probably going to go down significantly with Game Pass and the fact that we can just split games with our Xbox game share or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I think it'll go. I think costs will go down this year. Oh, and I forgot to mention number of games beat per year. I don't even know if I have that on here, but 2020 was the highest one. Just because.
Well, wasn't that our resolution? Was like just to beat more games, like finish more games, play more games.
Yeah, that was the resolution, and I kind of did it. Yeah,
I played a lot too. Yeah, that's some crazy numbers. Over $2,000 on the Switch alone.
Yeah, I totally shit that, and she was like, "What?" Like, oh my God! But $2,000 over roughly 4 years.
Yeah, I mean,
$500 a year. That's kind of a lot, but
but
I like it. It's
as long as it makes you happy.
It's not like I have other really expensive hobbies.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much it. Yeah. Cool. Oh, I did want to touch on. I did send in my Joy-Cons to get fixed and got them back. That process was pretty seamless. I mean, I just filled out like a very quick survey, I guess, on like what was wrong. I printed out the label, dropped it in a UPS box, and got it back within like a week and a half. So pretty easy, and tested it out. And I didn't realize how much I enjoyed just like playing the Switch in handheld mode. So when I didn't have that option to play, I mean, I guess I could always just like use the kickstand and play, but it's a little bit different when you can just lay on the couch or in bed and play, just in your hand. So I kind of miss that feeling, but yeah, pretty seamless.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Process. Before we jump into news, let's take like a quick break. I'm gonna grab something to drink. All right, so we've had quite a bit of news past couple weeks. So kind of the biggest. Oh, my camera's all. There we go. Okay, the biggest news probably that happened over the last week or so. The Bethesda Microsoft acquisition is done. It's finalized.
Done deal.
It's official. The ink is barely dry on the paperwork, but it has been done. Microsoft or Xbox and Bethesda had a kind of a roundtable discussion on Friday. Was it Friday? Or was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Thursday. Where they kind of introduced all the studios, and just kind of talked about the plans for the future. How the acquisition is going to both improve Xbox and Bethesda. But there really wasn't anything announced from it, which I guess some people thought there was going to be. But once I heard that it was just a round table of discussion, they quickly got out there and said no new announcements coming out for it. But they did drop 20 games on Game Pass. Now some were already on there, like Skyrim, but like so what is it? Skyrim, Doom 3,
Doom 2.
Doom 2, Doom 1, Doom 64.
Evil Within.
Yep.
Prey.
Which I forgot to talk about. But I did start playing Doom 3. It's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I could definitely tell where it's would have been scary back in the day, but just the graphics aren't up to par now. But pretty cool game. So yeah, 20 games on Game Pass that came out the next day on Friday. I swear, like once every couple weeks, I have this crazy idea in my head to start playing Skyrim again.
I thought about downloading it,
and then I talk myself out of it because it's just.
But 60 frames per second now. I mean.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the next bit of news too. Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and Dishonored are all getting boosted frame rate on the Series X and S. So
Isn't Prey getting a boosted frame rate as well?
Yeah, and Prey as well. Yep, sorry. Is Prey on there?
I don't know. I downloaded Prey because I want to keep playing through it. I was hoping it.
Oh, you never finished it, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good game. I kind of want to try Fallout 76. I've got it downloaded. I just want to see it. I want to see what it looks like because apparently it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
And Todd Howard, the head of Bethesda Game Studios, kind of talked about how there wasn't something that they didn't screw up with the launch of 76.
There wasn't something that they didn't screw up?
They didn't do anything. He said they basically said they didn't do anything right with that game as far as like the launch goes, and kind of how they handled some of the stuff. But yeah. I want to check that out and just see what it's about.
Prey is on there, by the way.
It is on there. Awesome.
60 FPS.
Sweet. Yeah. So there's going to be like a kind of like in the settings an option mode to boost the frame rate. So that is pretty cool.
Are we missing any games from Bethesda? I know there's Evil Within 2.
Evil Within 2 is not on there. Fallout 3, Fallout 4 is on there. Fallout 76, Skyrim, Dishonored.
Is Fallout 3 on there? I thought it was just Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4.
Fallout 3 is on there.
Fallout 3 is on there. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it today or yesterday. Yeah, Evil Within's not there. Is Dishonored 2? That's already on Game Pass, wasn't it?
Already on there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's on there. So yeah, Evil Within 2. That's weird. That's not on there.
It'll probably come later. But
yeah,
I want to play that game.
I do too. Yeah, Evil Within 1 was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, if I can't imagine most kind of quote unquote hardcore gamers probably have played all these games, but if you haven't, like they're all really excellent games. So
yeah,
that's awesome. That's on there. I mean, Gamepass is it's ridiculous, man. Like the games that are on there at this point.
It's too much at this point.
Nick, did you read the you want to read the next story, the Bloomberg?
Yeah, so Bloomberg reports that here we go again.
This one seems like kind of the most like
plausible,
definitive like rumor that it's going to happen this year.
But a Switch Pro could be launching this holiday and production starting in June.
Yep. So and like it's going to be, I think they said what, 6 inches the screen, so it's going to be a little bit bigger than the normal Switch. Now it's going to have an OLED display, created by Samsung. And if you're not familiar with like OLED and what that's about, that's basically what the original PlayStation Vita had. Because the resolution's still going to be 720, but with an OLED display, that's not necessarily like a bad thing. Like, a lot of people want that 1080p display, but with that OLED, it's still going to look really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is there anything else on any other information?
Not really. That was kind of
support for 4K graphics.
Yeah. And docked, it's going to have support for 4K. So I guess they can up-res stuff. So kind of what we thought it was going to be. Nick, at this point, I think I'm ready for like a new iteration of a Switch hardware, just because like we're kind of starting to see the limitations of the device itself, in some games, especially stuff like Apex Legends. So yeah, I think it's time. I mean, it's been what, 4 years since the original one launched. So yeah, I think it's time for a new model for us.
I just hope they don't have exclusives for like the Switch Pro, because at that point you're kind of alienating the user base. But at the same time, I don't want the old Switch model to hold back development of a new game.
Yeah, that's kind of where like those lines are very thin, because I mean, with the new 3DS, there was like only there's only a couple of games that were exclusive to that, right? And I just think it would be crazy, like if they came out and said Breath of the Wild 2 is exclusive to the Switch Pro. I think a lot of people would be really upset, because I mean, there's been so many Switches out there that have been bought and purchased, especially last year, and continuing on now. But yeah, I don't think they would do that. But yeah, would be looking forward to a new model. For sure.
We'll probably just see, obviously, just better performance on the Switch Pro, and like the difference between Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch and Switch Pro is going to be probably vastly different. Same for Breath of the Wild 2 and Bayonetta 3 whenever those games come out. But I'm picking this up, picking up the Switch Pro.
Yeah,
I want that better performance.
Exactly. I wonder if they would revamp like the shop, or just kind of that OS in general.
To some extent.
I mean, I like the way it's set up for the most part. Obviously, we want more games on like the online, like GameCube games, N64 games, stuff like that. But maybe they'll wait to release that to coincide with the launch of Switch Pro. Who knows? What do you think the name's going to be called? Do you think it's going to be like the new Switch or something like that, or do you think it'll be like the Switch Pro?
Well, they don't really use a Pro. They've never used Pro.
Right. So you're thinking new Nintendo Switch.
I don't even know what they would. Well, would they call it the XL? That wouldn't make sense, would it? I mean, it's not that much. But well, the screen's gonna be bigger, but the actual Switch is gonna be roughly the same size.
Yeah, it's gonna. The beveled edges are gonna be. Yeah.
I don't know if XL would work. Plus, maybe Switch Plus.
Switch Plus. I'm thinking either like Plus, XL, or new Nintendo Switch.
I hope they don't do new.
Yeah, it gets really confusing.
Terrible naming convention.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like a lot of companies don't really name their stuff like the iPhone Pro Max. Like, come on, like, what are you doing? But naming conventions can get pretty weird. That's why I've always appreciated PlayStation. Like it's just PlayStation
1, 2, 3,
5,
4.
and then you have like your Pro version, but which makes sense, I guess. But
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely a day one purchase for me. Hopefully, do you think they would change like the Joy-Cons at all? Like change those up a little bit, or do you think they would just kind of keep them the same?
Hopefully they can fix them so they don't
Yeah,
drip.
yeah, definitely.
That's the biggest ask. But I mean, just making them a little bit more ergonomic.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't
Yeah,
know what
that
else
would be
they could
cool.
do. I hope it launches with Breath of the Wild too. I think that would boost that launch for the Switch Pro, definitely.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, that would definitely be a day one purchase for me. I mean, regardless if it doesn't even launch with the game, I'd probably just still just pick it up because I'm freaking crazy. But yeah, that's another rumor.
This is Bloomberg.
Maybe,
It's pretty reputable. I mean,
yeah, I mean maybe we'll get some sort of like announcement. I mean, if they're gonna start production on it in June, if that rumor's correct, maybe we'll get some sort of like direct like around E3 timeframe. That would, and then obviously have it gives it plenty of time for marketing and stuff like that for like a holiday release. That'd be cool.
yeah,
That would be cool.
that would be cool. Yeah. I'd say June at the earliest.
Yeah,
for the announcement at least.
for sure. Yeah,
because you don't want to alienate your sales or whatever on the current Switch yet.
Yeah, exactly. And I wonder how much. I wonder at that point because obviously they're gonna continue the light because the light's done pretty well for them. Do you think they discontinue the base model Switch?
Yeah, they'd probably phase it out.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Unless this model is like $400, and then they would have kind of a tiered.
Yeah, unless they like maybe reduce the price of the light to like 150 or something, and then reduce the cost of the other Switch to like I don't know, 250 or 200, and then have I don't know if I could spend $400 is probably too much to ask for a Switch Pro. I would imagine they probably could, but I think if you're gonna do 400, you're gonna have to have some pretty big changes with the hardware itself.
Yeah.
To justify $100 more for the Switch.
Aside from just keeping up with the current gen.
Yeah.
It's gotta, do something to set itself apart. That the Switch already doesn't do.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. What is next? Square Enix is having their digital showcase this week on March 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So maybe we were just talking about what we were just talking about before. The Outriders thing. Maybe they'll announce that it's on Game Pass then. Since Square Enix is publishing that game. But stuff that they're going to be talking about, like we said, Outriders, they're going to be talking about a new Life is Strange game. Something called Balin Wonderworld. I'm not really sure what that is.
It had a demo and it was terrible, and everyone.
Okay.
So,
they're more ongoing celebration for the 25th anniversary of Tomb Raider, which I did not know that.
Tomb Raider collection probably for.
Yeah, probably.
Next gen.
Probably. I would love a new game though, from Crystal Dynamics, but it sounds like they're working on more stuff for Marvel's Avengers. So we'll probably the 18th is when the update comes out for Avengers. So they'll probably talk about that. They'll probably talk about their game plan for future stuff for that game. Just Cause Mobile. I didn't know that. Is that game already out there or is this new? I'm not really sure.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, like anything that's mobile, I don't even pay attention to.
Yeah.
A new mobile game announcements from the award-winning Square Enix Montreal studio. And then a look at a few of the whimsical games from Square Enix's sister company Taito. So could get some pretty cool stuff.
Do you think we'll see anything? Because Square does Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see anything on Final Fantasy 7 coming to Xbox, since that exclusivity is ending, what, in April?
That's a possibility. That is definitely.
But
maybe, God, what if it just came to Game Pass? Like, how awesome would that be?
There's
no way they would do that.
I want to pick it up so bad, but I know that there is a chance that it could come to Game Pass, so I'm just waiting.
Yeah, that's like the biggest first world problem ever. Like nowadays, it's just like any game, you're like, can I wait? Because like this game will probably come to Game Pass at some point. So it's, if you're kind of on the edge about purchasing it, you're good. It's a good chance that it will come up to Game. I mean, freaking Red Dead 2 was on Game Pass. It was on for a month, but it was on there. I mean, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Which I think is very smart for them, anyways. Just like put it on there for a month, get people addicted to, like the online, and then maybe they'll purchase it or something. Who knows?
This could be exciting.
Yeah, I like
how they level set coming out of the gate.
Yeah, which I think you kind of have to do now because people get so overhyped for your people's stuff that they just get. I mean, we've had the last 3 or 4, direct style announcents have been pretty bad for the most part. So, yeah, I'm glad they kind of like gave us a bullet point list of what they're going to be talking about, but maybe they'll throw in a few surprises.
You can't just say we're touching on 10 games. That's not specific enough.
Yeah, we want to know exactly what it's going to be.
I want to know there's talk of 5 existing games and 5 new games that are unannounced or whatever, but yeah, you got to level set and you got to temper expectations if you don't have a blowout presentation.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll watch that when that happens, and we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Last bit of news: Dragon Ball Kakarot's final DLC was revealed. It is not doing anything with Goku himself, but it's Trunks. It's called Trunks. It's called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Trunks, the Warrior of Hope. So a lot of big
colons.
title. Actually, no colons.
Okay.
Yeah, no colons. That very interesting. But it is the final part of the DLC that was planned for this game. Very strange because I'm very excited because I don't think this storyline has been touched at all in a video game. They mentioned it, of course, in the anime or in the comics and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like the last 2 DLCs that they've given you and introduced like the Super Saiyan God stuff and given you like all these boosts to significantly raise your character's level, and then we're kind of we don't have anything to do with that anymore.
Yeah.
So we're going to the Trunks, but it looks good. It looks very interesting. It's supposed to be coming out sometime in the summer. I don't think they gave an exact date, but I am pretty excited. Because like I said, they've never really touched like something on this that I'm aware of in a game. So very exciting to play. And the question remains is, are they going to do another season pass? Because there's still a lot of story that they have not touched on in this game. And we still have the Tournament of Power. We still have like the Goku Black saga, which would have been next, I think. Which is funny because it actually takes place in Trunks' timeline. So maybe we will get. Who knows? That could be kind of cool.
We'll cover it.
To
some degree.
But yeah, you're definitely looking forward to this, and yeah, either maybe another season pass of something for Kakarot, or maybe we'll get a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot too. Who knows? But yeah, and then
I need to try this game out.
I mean, I downloaded it.
I can download it for free because you own it.
Yeah, you need to try it. It's really cool. And then they also, I think they did like a free update to Xenoverse 2, which is crazy because that game is like 4 years old now.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go back in there and play some stuff in that.
Man, you're just a Dragon Ball fanboy.
I am, man. I am. I love it. So yeah, definitely excited to see that when that comes in the summertime. And I think they also are updating their card game that's in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So
right, yeah,
card warriors, which I still want to play more of because it was actually kind of fun when I played like the tutorial. So, but yeah, lots of good stuff happening this week. And Nick, any final thoughts on anything before we start to wrap up the show?
I don't know. I'm really excited for what Xbox and PlayStation are both gonna show this year, even though they really haven't shown much. I know it's coming soon, and there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. I mean, we have Resident Evil 8 coming out.
That's in May, right?
That's 2 months away.
That's crazy.
Pokemon Snap. I mean,
that'll be.
I think I'm gonna pick that up.
Oh yeah, I will too.
Nice,
I think Kellen will like playing that. Yeah. I know Brittany will like that too. But yeah, I mean, Resident Evil, that's probably gonna be what the biggest, like, probably the biggest release of the year so far. Is that one?
I think so. Monster Hunter Rise. I mean, that's coming next week?
Do you plan on picking that up?
We'll see.
Have you played the updated demo?
No, I've only played the first.
Okay, yeah, they updated that demo.
Okay.
I think they added a new monster that you can fight. Apparently, it's like really hard.
Cool.
So yeah, that game's on my radar. I don't know. I didn't love World, and World is supposed to be kind of like the biggest,
best.
Yeah, the best one. And I really want to go back and try it because, give it another shot. And maybe I will this week at some point. But yeah, Monster Hunter Rise is on my radar. And yeah, like we said, we got Pokemon Snap coming up. Outriders, I'm definitely planning on picking up for sure. And then Resident Evil, and that's and Skyward Sword. That's kind of everything, right? Am I missing anything?
Mario Golf.
Mario Golf. That's right. Yeah, that'll be a day one for me. So yeah, we got
it's like game each month.
Yeah, we got Outriders coming out in the beginning of April. Then Resident Evil, and then Pokemon coming out April 28th, I think, something 24th.
End of April sometime.
Yeah. So yeah, some exciting stuff is coming. We just, as gamers, we just want more and more and more, and we want the announcements. Is what we want. Like that's what we want.
We're suckers for announcements.
Yeah,
more so than actually playing the game.
Playing the game. But yeah, hopefully we can. Hopefully that rumored event will happen this month for Microsoft, because I mean they're the last ones to not have an event. So I want to see what they got up their sleeve.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that Microsoft hasn't had an event yet.
Yeah, not this year.
Because it's just been Sony, Nintendo, and then Pokemon Company, and then Square is having theirs this week.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Thinking about it now, like that seems like a possibility. Into March, announce some Bethesda stuff. Maybe show either Elder Scrolls 6 or
announce Starfield is exclusive to the console.
that would blow some brains.
I still think it's happening.
If they do Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive, people will riot in the street.
It'll be exclusive. I'm pretty positive. Like,
it's not going to be live service, so I'm assuming it's going to be exclusive. But for like all the live service games, I think those will be multi-plat.
Yeah, I think stuff like from Tango, maybe even like Arcane, maybe their stuff will be multi-plat. But I think whatever's coming out of Bethesda Game Studios is going to be exclusive. Like the next Elder Scrolls, Fallout 5 or whatever it is, and then Starfield, I think are going to be exclusives, like for sure.
Yeah, I hate to seem like an Xbox fanboy, but I mean, they purchased ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. Like they,
you got the rights. Insane.
Yeah,
I think it'll happen, and you can still play it on PC too. So with Gamepass, of course. So, and that's a crazy thing too, is the next Elder Scrolls is going to be on Game Pass. Like, that's insane.
It can be free.
That's
weird.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. So
can they just buy all the game studios so I never have to pay for a game?
I know it's like $15 a month. $16 a month. It feels like a steal.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe, I mean, they'll probably raise the prices at some point.
I mean, they have to.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know
Yeah,
how
I mean,
these people are making money making these games and putting them on Game Pass, but it's some black magic stuff that
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
I mean, I think what is Game Pass up to? Like 16 or 17 million subscribers?
Yeah,
So,
that was before. I think that was
I would-
before the Bethesda acquisition.
yeah. Yeah. That was like late 2020. So,
Mhm.
I mean, after this happens, I mean, I'm sure people will start purchasing it. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the show. Appreciate everyone that tuned in live, and of course has been listening through the audio version. We are on all major podcasting platforms. And Nick, where can they follow us on Twitter?
You can follow us at Gaming WT Bros on Twitter. Tweet at us. Send us any questions that you have. Tell us what games you're planning on picking up in the foreseeable future, and then tell us any segments you would like us to add in the show. If there's anything you want us to talk about, feel free to DM us and send us messages, and we'll take it all into consideration. Because we're always looking for feedback and looking to change anything about the show that's not working. So
yeah,
we want to hear from everybody. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. You can also email us too, gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com.
Mm-hmm.
And go on YouTube and search Atomic Reptar and give my channel a subscription, because I've been doing a lot more videos here recently, just a bunch of like speculation videos and kind of like my thoughts and stuff on all of these insanely underwhelming directs and state of plays. So it's been fun over there talking with everybody. So yeah, do that. And Nick, any last words before we roll?
Hey, tomorrow's the start of 2021, so look alive.
Look alive. It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah,
good day. All right, guys, we will see y'all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.